If you've ever had a shoulder problem or a rotator cuff specific problem, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to mobilize the rotator cuff, get rid of the pain, and then solidify it, bulletproof it, so that it's strong and that pain never has to come back. So stick around, we have 5 steps. If you have shoulder pain right now, follow these 5 steps. Otherwise, you could end up with surgery. So just follow the 5 steps. Step 1, we have to mobilize the joint. Now, most people with a rotator cuff problem have a problem with their lats, usually really tight. The lat is an internal rotator, meaning it's gonna rotate the shoulder joint inward. So, stick the foam roller right in your armpit. Place your hands, interlock them behind you, push your chest out, and get your elbows out. I want you to rotate slowly down and forward. And as you're rotating, just imagine your upper body, your torso, is like a shish kebab on a grill. And you wanna get all of the sides charred perfectly even. So you're gonna go nice and slow, about 10 passes, and just take your time. If it's really tender and tight, then you know that we're on the right track, we're at the right spot. The next one we're gonna do is a sleeper stretch. Now, this one you're literally going to use the foam roller like it's a pillow and you're going to sleep. The foam roller is gonna keep your spine in perfect alignment. Now get the shoulder underneath you. That way you can create more leverage. Bring your elbow straight and your hand straight, and you're gonna use the opposite hand. Relax the one you're working. So I'm working my right arm. I'm gonna use my left hand to push down lightly and push back. I want you to do 10 slow repetitions with the left hand doing all the work. So the hand that's up doing all the work, and then keep this elbow in alignment. If you move the elbow, you're not gonna get the same effect. So keep it straight in alignment perfectly, and just think of this as a fulcrum and you're just rotating through the fulcrum. And what this is doing is reducing the friction in the capsule and stretching out the posterior capsule or the backside of that shoulder joint. So once it's mobilized, then we can strengthen it. For this next exercise, we'll need a very small weight or a water bottle, something light, and then a towel that's rolled up, or I like to use those hip pads that you see. Girls do those like super strong hip thrusters with. Cut to the thrusters. And we're back. So those pads that are just getting humped all across the nation and creating huge booties, I like to use that. Now, place your head on the foam roller again to get yourself lined up correctly with your spine. Take the pad or rolled up towel, place it underneath your elbow. And I want you to squish the elbow down into the pad and keep everything in alignment. Next, you wanna grab your light weight, and this might actually be too much. We got 1 kilogram, so it's basically 2.2 pounds if you're keeping track at home. You're gonna rotate up and down slowly. Now the key here is to only go until fatigue. You don't wanna go till failure. And why don't you wanna go till failure, Glenn? If you go till failure, you're gonna use other large muscle groups like your lats or your rear delts, and they're gonna pull and they're going to basically take control of the weight, and you're not gonna get those smaller muscles that we're trying to activate to work. So do this until complete fatigue and then move on to the next step. All right, so this next strengthening motion is an isometric hold. Now this holds the head of the shoulder in the capsule, especially when you're moving it around. It's what you want. You want it to be isometrically held. Now I'm gonna use the lightest cable it has in this machine. It's still extremely heavy, so you may wanna go down to like a very light band, and you're gonna bring your arm out to a 90-degree angle. Now from here, you're gonna hold that perfectly in place. Take a step out, and then a step back. And you're just gonna work this isometric hold until fatigue, not failure. So again, this could be 5 reps, could be 15. You're gonna work it until fatigue, not failure. You're not trying to impress your buddies at the bench press right now. You're just trying to work your rotator cuff. The last thing we're gonna do is we have to work the stability of your upper traps and lower traps. So we're gonna do a Y. So you're literally gonna go thumbs up and lift in a Y. Yeah, just like the YMCA. You're gonna lift this and you're gonna put your face in the ground. So if you wanna use a pad, go ahead. If you're a sissy, I'm just gonna stick my forehead straight into the ground. So, keep your spine neutral. It's very important, don't activate your lower back or your glutes in this exercise. This isn't for them. This is just your upper body. And then also, don't let your shoulders shrug up to your ears. Keep them down. You want your shoulders to stay down towards your heels. So put your head down and you're gonna lift. And as you're doing this, at least do 3-second holds until fatigue, again, not failure. Now you're ready, you got your rotator cuff released and strengthened. So now you can go bench press all the heavy weights, do all the pull-ups, and not have to worry about re-injuring yourself. Now, if this video brought you value, let us know in the comments how you're feeling. And if you haven't already done so, it's damn near rude to not subscribe at this point. You've seen all of these videos. You might as well subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See ya.